How's it going, everyone? I'm gonna try and start the stream a little bit faster today instead of kind of posting everywhere or whatever. Um, so I missed yesterday's stream. I was a bit busier yesterday. I'm gonna be a little faster about telling you guys about that as well. But usually I want to try and stream around like 5 p.m. And if I don't get, the time to do that, I'll try to gauge whether or not I'll be able to do that somewhere around, I don't know, 12 to 3 p.m. And then if I know that I'm going to be too busy, I'll just tell you guys. But yeah, I'm going to try and get this going. I don't think I'll give myself time to share the stream today because I don't have enough time anymore. I can only stream for about an hour today exactly. Then I gotta go do cooking and things of that nature. But alright, so you guys are here. Welcome. Today I bought a new brush pack. So I've been just kind of going through and checking out some of the brushes in the brush pack. One second. So, I believe the person's name is Lucas Pinador. His brushes are new and they're mainly focused on like pencils and texture, things of that nature. So essentially dry media type brushes. But yeah, I've been going through some of them today when I had time, so kind of going through now and trying to see what are the brushes that I'll be using that I like in particular. So, nice. Actually, why is it like that? Right, okay. I think it's here. Trying to figure out this link situation. At least post it on, I don't know, Discord and somewhere else or something. But again, I just wanted to talk to you guys a lot faster today. But yeah. Let's see, we can go over to the channel. That's not the channel. Okay, there we go. See if it gives me a better looking link. Okay, hopefully this will be it. Okay. It's there. That's actually pretty good. Okay, right, Okay. So I'm about done, so I can kind of speak a little bit more freely. Um, all right. So what I wanted to talk about was essentially, I don't know. Every now and then, um, I go, it'd be cool to have some new supplies. The search for the ultimate pencil or pen kind of never ends. But the cool thing is kind of like you you kind of end up modifying whatever you like anyway. So whatever you like, you'll just kind of end up kind of figuring out, oh, like I like this thing, but it could be a little better, right? So um, I would have bought like two. I would have bought one for Procreate as well as for Clip Studio, but I chose not to do that because I just didn't want to spend that amount of money. Um, and I'm always more uh, probably going to use Clip Studio a little bit more. I jump back and forth between Procreate and Clip Studio, but honestly, Clip Studio just feels a lot more useful to me. Though, I have a lot of friends who use Procreate as well, and I know of its usefulness. So it's always cool to jump back and forth to me personally. But I found some cool things here. I had a sheet or a canvas or a layer with a bunch of, wow, why is that like that? Why is it so, okay. A bunch of other things here. I was kind of going through and finding ones that I liked. Um, and what I usually do is I go through the whole entire pack, and then I kind of find the ones that I like, and then I'll just start making some sort of group with those in it, so I can kind of delete these ones out completely. Um, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think another thing is I can kind of, so I have this. I can kind of make a new set if I want to. I don't know how to do that properly anymore. Change order. Would I add a new wishmacon there? I don't remember actually. Okay. You can create a set here. Sure, I can just title it like, dry media. Cool. And I'll just start throwing in some of the things that I liked here. So, the pencils on this side. I think this is where I started. And usually, if I write the name down and I kind of see the example that I put down, I kind of that's how I'll do it. So we got the pencil rough, wherever that is. It's down here. Probably should try these all out again, honestly. Of course, later. Right, this was this one. It's not bad at all. It's a really good line, just line brush. Something about it though, I don't really think I liked it that much. It's okay. What was it? I think I didn't like any of these completely until I got down here to pencil rough, which was, I feel like I'm skipping it. Like it couldn't possibly be that far down. Okay, so I wasn't going in order. I like the old inker. That's pretty good. It's pretty good sketch pen. It's funny because I think they have a pencil called, or a pen called like a Bic pen or something, like worn out Bic pen or something. I feel like this one feels better, like feels exactly like that type of thing. Yeah, this is pretty good. So, just go ahead and drop that in there, I think. Then we have the rough, the pencil rough. Wait, am I still not going in order? Right, we got the 2B and the 6B here. Yeah, this is another really good one. It also allows you to turn the pencil on its side and kind of add some more value there, like some softer shading. Actually, a bit rusty today. I don't know how, it feels like just time got away from me today. Other things kind of came up that were just way more important. So I don't think I really did too much doodling today. Anything like that. Alright, so this is the 2B. We have the 6B, which of course is a bit darker. It's a lot easier to make darker marks and whatnot. Oh yeah, my book was supposed to come today, but I think due to some weather problems, it's just not going to be the case. So we'll see how things go in the upcoming days from now. I guess the real problem is like, mail acts really iffy on the weekend. So, I don't know. Maybe the best scenario would be if it came to on Monday. That way, I would get the usual mail person and have a better situation of actually getting what I want, as far as like my stuff being delivered properly by, I guess, people that I'm more familiar with. But either way, it'd be nice to see them when they get here, whenever they do. Yeah, this is pretty good. One of the things that I also try to do is when it comes to like dry media, a lot of stuff is just kind of like, what can I do? Like, can I like, can I like build up like a form with it? One of the things I usually start off with is something like a cylinder or something, and I'll just do like this little shading test where I'll just go, okay, I'll have an imaginary light source from one angle, and I'll just try to start slowly working up the value so that I can kind of, I guess, fake some sort of lighting scenario. And I'll go, okay, light is hitting obviously like here, and I'm trying to, I guess, create something that's a little shiny. It could be a little shiny, or I could also add in more dang, what's the word for that? I can add in things that doesn't make it look so reflective and things of that nature to make it look less metallic and things of that nature. So, but either way, this is kind of like one of the things that I'll do. I'll just throw in some things and I'll see if the pencil can do what I want it to do, essentially. And if it can, great. It's very useful to me. If it can't, then I'll try to go, okay, well, why isn't it? Let me try out some more tricks on it and see what else it can be useful for. And if nothing works out, then I just don't want to use it. Cool thing about most of these pencils to me is like, even though they're good, they also have to compete against like other pencils I've basically modified. So the pencils you guys already see me kind of use, I'm gonna probably, be always pitting those two against each other. Where I'm just like, okay, well, what can this thing do that the other one can't, or how can I make this better? If I can't improve it, I'm probably always gonna go back to the go-to, the usual one that I've been using for a while now, because I've already found a way to make it fit in all these other scenarios that I already kind of use most of the time. So there's the 2B and the 6B. I like those. Then you got finally the rough pencil, which I drew this pose out really quickly with it. But yeah, from what I remember, I liked, I guess, the roughness of it. It's pretty cool. I could see that being pretty purposeful. This to me also feels like a worn out Big Pen or something, where you could, from a distance, kind of feel the texture from that the tip there. It also is a fast kind of pen, like pencil. Has a good amount of you can kind of try to use less pressure and kind of get something out of it. But I kind of feel like it doesn't spread that easily. It kind of gets too dark from any type of pressure. So maybe I could adjust that, but I probably won't. I like some of it, but some of it I don't. But yeah, this might not be good for like filling in any shapes, but just sketching with it and making the shape itself, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not fun to do that. Of course, I don't think I like this one. I did like this one. This is the HH, mechanical HH. I haven't used an H. I assume you're talking about the lead. I haven't used an H lead in a long time. It's very soft. So this does give that, and I actually think if we're talking about mechanical pencil, this one feels nice. Like if this is what you told me a digitized version of a mechanical pencil was, yeah, I kind of dig it. It does kind of feel that way as far as mechanical pencils go. Except for obviously the fact that like, well, they don't just get wider. They could, but they don't. They kind of stay, like mechanical pencil, a very particular sharpened, point. But for the most part, yeah, this isn't bad. It's okay. Another cool thing about like working with pencil is you gotta remember, try not to just pick like black. to like draw with. Because if it actually allows you to go to complete black, most pencils don't actually do that. They kind of allow you to build up texture, or build up value, and it takes a while before you actually can get something that dark. So it kind of betrays the idea of what a pencil is in a way, where you should still be able to have lighter values of that thing before you reach the darkest one. And even that, like with this, you still see some like texture and whatnot like that as you build up the value there. So yeah, I think this is a good pencil. Make sure. See, I don't know. See, that's a problem. I don't actually know if I didn't just. Let me check. Okay, it's a different one. Cool. Gonna have to go through and change the names of all these, honestly. Alright, so then we get the mechanical 2B joint. And I think I like this a lot. I remember, yeah, I went ahead and just started putting a box around it and stuff. So I started coming to those and just been like, okay, I need to add some boxes around these joints because, I don't know, to differentiate them from these other pencils. These are nice. Again, nothing where I can turn the pencil to the side just yet, but I like kind of like the texture going on with these. And I could easily see me like trying to do like some outline work with it. So if I'm just like drawing a shape or whatever, I don't know, something about this feels very much like a color pencil. Yeah. I could definitely use this kind of like a color pencil or something. And of course, again, nothing on the side just yet, but like something about the quality of the line. Yeah, I like that. So there's that. We start going across, then we got the mechanical bumpy pencil, I believe. Let's try to draw like smaller or something here. Sometimes I won't remember why I liked completely what I liked or whatever, but I can still see some merit to this one. I think it just, like I said, it ends up becoming where it's like, how versatile is that pencil? I don't I don't go and grab materials that I feel like only do one thing really well. For the most part, like I don't. That's more for me. That's more like more experimental or more painterly or something. I don't know. Not even painterly. It's more like I don't feel like I'm very much into like necessarily like digital painting where you just go in there and you like, yo, I got a cloud brush and I got this type of thing and I got that type of thing. And I think all that stuff is cool, but like having to remember where all of it is, having to go find it, feels like it will slow down my process. And I would just like to find things that's like maybe they do a very particular thing, and most of my job is using that thing. You know, like if it's just like I'll find a good brush, and instead of like clicking around trying to make that brush bigger and smaller, I'll just have like four different versions of the same brush, because that does the job for me. I can go, okay, I need something a little smaller than this. Let me go find that one. It's right next to the other one, and it's all in a row going from smallest to biggest or whatever. And that's how I can stay focused and not have to worry about things like that. Um, I don't know. I try to make things quite manageable with the type of movements I have to make. Again, I kind of think of it more like using watercolor or something, and I'm just using the brush to indicate the value of things. I'm not going out my way to add like all this other fun stuff, and I understand that it's actually fun and it's cool, but I feel like it can get like digital can kind of be like an infinite process if you just use too many materials all the time. And for me, I'm trying to simplify. Even though I'm looking through new materials right now, um, I don't know. I feel like you can never have too many good pencils. Like even if I don't want to use this on like certain particular work, this could be like, oh, these will be my gesture uh, tools or something. I want to draw some gestures today. Maybe I want to use this particular tool or that particular tool, and that's what I'll do. Yeah, this is okay. It's not that strong, but it's still on the list of things I thought were cool. Alright, what's next? Color Natural. I thought that was pretty cool. Where was there? It's not. My bad. Same thing, but just trying to see if I can build up some fun. Yeah. It's how I'd probably end up using the tool. Pop down the shape, figure out where a light source might come from. See if I like it. I know the artists who made these brushes put out some sort of tutorials for these brushes. I'll check that out later. I just want to see what I can do first myself, and if I would like to even see what they were thinking of it like. They're kind of more intuitive um, with some of this stuff. Yeah, I like that look. I think the good part is, even though there's a bunch of these, I don't think I liked everything, because then I would have an infinite amount of tools to go through, and yeah, it'd be really difficult. Yep, I really like the way that looks still. I like that more than the other one. Alright, so it's color rough, then you have a color smooth. Yep, and this is one of my favorites, definitely. Um, yeah, whenever I get like a good smooth pencil, again, think about like constructing a form and I'm just sketching it out. You know, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, where's that gonna go? You know, where's this gonna go? Whatever it is, and then I can even sketch lighter than this. Just trying to make sure you guys can see it, but you know, I can do that. And then I can start indicating, like I said, like quickly, um, you know, shadows and the shape of the shadows and all that good stuff. And then after that, you can just start building on top of it. Like, okay, I've established those things. Uh, what now? You just kind of change the story, if you will, because you now can add real details of what's going on with the character and stuff. Where are we at? Okay. But yeah, and this is a lot softer of a lead. So yeah, you can then go over it with like this rougher pencil here. It's just great. This is 18. I add that. Yeah, I already added that. Cool. But yeah, you can like go over top of that with like more definitive lines. It's kind of like you're inking it, I guess. But you could also just do other things with it, like indicating the edge of these shapes more. Of course, it leaves a rougher texture. There's definitely some experimentation to be had with these. And of course, by it being a little darker here, we're pushing that value forward. And things that are lighter backward. Alright, what was the next one? Right, you had all these over here. Yeah. I liked the stick textured joint. I don't know how much further down that is. It's this one. At least I think I did. Is this the same thing? Is it supposed to be? It's interesting. How did I do that? Okay. So if you use it lightly, you kind of build up stuff this way. Yeah. So this one's really good. Even better, I would say, for sketching. The thing that I was always wondering is like why. I don't know if it was this one. It might have been a different one, but there was something I was looking at where I just wanted it to be a bit better. I wonder what I was using here. Here. So I don't feel like it was what I was just using. Okay, it could be this. It's also pretty good. Okay. This is, stick tilted. Now we got shaders. Right. I dug this one as well. Yeah, I really like that effect going on. Kind of like that kind of rougher thing going on with the line there. Don't know what it's called. Yeah. What else we got? We got a shader 50. Guess I wasn't rocking with none of this other stuff here. interesting. I got a retracted message from someone named Ikaro. Interesting. I wonder why it was retracted. But, yeah. Trying to be, I like this shader out of all the other ones, so that's pretty good. Let's jump over to the other layer here. I don't think this was next up. Was it? So something called cloud noise. So I dug this one as well. Right, and I turned this to, I believe, a grayscale. So I just wanted to see what these, what do these look like if they were in grayscale and stuff like that. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I can see myself like maybe like throwing down like a value to like draw on top of or something like that. Alright, here we have a bunch of these. I like everything, but let's see, I don't know which one is first. Right, so I think here, I don't think I cared for any of these other brushes like that. Not sure. I think I did go through and kind of check out these. I like some of them, but I don't like them that much. So, if we jump over to the other joint, we got the pastels. I think this is where I was, yeah. Got the different pencils here, and I guess I started liking them around like the fine brushy joint. But I'm like, dang, how far back is that one? Oh, it's down here? Okay. And of course right now I'm like, well, I like this one again. It's pretty expressive. You can do some things. I think I was doing some sort of experimentation. Right. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Personally. I think so. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see why I like that. I could see me using this kind of build up some sort of shape and kind of give it more form, kind of going across it like this. So, like maybe you have a leg or something, and you're trying to indicate the leg's form or whatever. You're just kind of wrapping around it. I don't know. So I had something cool like this in brushes before. It was some sort of calligraphy brush. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. I can't indicate it right now. I almost feel like the brush isn't wide enough to kind of do what I wanted to do. But either way, some ideas. Maybe it doesn't matter if that is the case. Maybe if I use something like the liquify tool, I can just literally, I don't know, pull it to where I want it to go. And then I'd be able to, I guess, change change the width of whatever it is the form is, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. It could be fun like that though. Cool brush. Alright, where were we? Right. Pastel brushes. Alright, so we go over to flat vine. I don't know, was that next? I guess so. Why is it still green? I don't know. Yeah. That is... could be pretty cool. Always trying to be mindful, like how much pressure does it take for me to be able to see this thing changing? Like a lot of changes in the settings to kind of try not to do too much pressure and whatnot, you know, because the more you have to put pressure down, the more effort you're putting into your hand, things of that nature, and you gotta do that for hours. So I gotta adjust all these settings. Okay, but yeah, I like that brush. I'm just kind of flying through these. Let me see. There's not too many more actually. Got a bunch of these over here. With the flat textured brush. Which looks like this. And I don't know. I feel like I could do something with it. Definitely something like really light. Something I can build up into. Then you have all these joints over here. I think I kept trying to turn the pencil point on its side, but none of these really were that great with that. Is that about it? I was trying to do something with that flat block. It's okay. You can pop that in there. Y'all see it. And then you got all these joints here. The flat natural brush. Oh, fine natural brush. Let's try and pop down another face or something. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. hard. Where is that at? No, seriously, I do not see it. Oh wow, I just, okay. Sure. Are we sure it's not? Yep, it is, okay. Sometimes I gotta remember to let up on the pressure. That's pretty cool. Alright, got that in there. And I think, oh, of course, we have a, okay, we got that, we got the pencil soft, okay. Or the soft pencil, I guess you could say. Alright, was that? There was the fine line. Oh, sure, we're not talking about pencil line. I guess not. Okay. Right, this one's pretty fun. It's got some thickness to the line work, and you can also just kind of do like these nice back and forth zigzags or whatever. And it has a little bit of texture, and you can also turn to the side, and well, technically it doesn't become broader that way, but it just feels like you can do a more softer like fill-in of an area, and it just looks better that way. So that's cool. So if you did want to build up value that way, you could as well. And for the most part, out of that brush pack, those were the ones that I liked the most. Everything else I'll probably try again later, but these are the ones that I liked, and that's pretty good. I don't actually know the amount that was in the pack, but That's pretty decent, I'd say, compared to how much I usually find in packs when I buy them, and I only like, I don't know, 12. Four. That's about 22. Alright. So yeah, I guess small update or whatever. I've been working on that sketch that I started working on with you guys, or coloring it with you guys. I think it was. Okay, that's not it. Where is it? Is this one? Oh. Shows you how big this page actually is. You guys remember I was working on this one, I think several days ago. And yeah, found a good reference. Struggling with these poses though. Whenever I struggle with a pose, I'll just redraw it to try and just figure out if I'm missing something. To be like, okay, let me try that again. Okay, let me try that again, and be like, okay, maybe I'm just not getting it. Maybe I have to look at it a little bit longer. And then go down here and yeah, I redrew that as well. I redrew it 2 times actually. But yeah, this is how this is looking. I think it's turning out pretty well. Still not done because I feel like I can push it a little bit more. But it's a good little study to kind of get back in gear and kind of figure out I don't know, having a longer reference to kind of look at and try to get details out of. But yeah, this is about as long as I can stream today. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow around 5, and if I can't, I'll tell you guys on social media. So just follow me on X, follow me on Blue Sky, and Instagram. I'll also, I guess, make some community posts here on YouTube. So be sure to check me out there. Peace, everyone.